Hello and welcome, sorry for the slight delay, to Demo Thursdays. So, tonight we're going to do a couple of games, one of which you've seen me play before, which is Realm Royale, but they have massively updated it, so we're going to check that out because I want to know, basically. And the other is a older RPG, top-down isometric RPG set in the Shadowrun universe. I've heard good things. I've never played a Shadowrun game before, so we're going to do that. But first, let me just move my keyboard out of the way. If it'll go. Right, just moving my keyboard out. That's it. Do that because I don't need that anymore. Right. Just tidying things up a little bit. So, but first, we're going to do something I've never done before, especially on stream, let alone anything else, and that is unbox something. So, I don't know if you know, but there's a website called Penny Arcade. Now, Penny Arcade, in fact, let me get Penny Arcade up and I will show you. Right. Bear with me 1 second. Right, so this is Penny Arcade. Penny Arcade, as you can see, do a lot of writing. It's very good writing, but they are mostly known for these things. So, I'll let you have a read of that, because it's probably funny, because they're always funny. I read the article, I forgot to read the comic books today. So we'll go back to that one. That's me in Fortnite, is that? Don't worry, man, we know you're trash. Really? Totally. We know it'll never happen again. That's true. So, that is Penny Arcade. Now, the comic, which you see before you, is actually based on the two creators of Penny Arcade. So, it's Gabe and Tycho, but one of them represents Mike, and one of them represents Jerry. I do believe Mike is the one in the yellow t-shirt and Jerry is the one in the blue t-shirt. I could be wrong. I'm sure I'll be told otherwise. But Mike, one's the writer, one's the artist, so all the long format posts, all the text stuff, this stuff, is written by Tycho / Jerry. Mike is the artist that does all the comic books, all the comic strips, and he got into Dungeons and Dragons a few years ago, and he'd never played it before, and he decided to get into it, found that he really liked it, and ended up designing a game. He went, I can do this, and designed designed a game, and has been writing about it and blogging about it and showing it. And that game is called Thornwatch. It's similar to D&D, but set in a universe created by the guys at Penny Arcade. So it's gonna be, let me just switch back to this. So it's gonna be interesting to finally dig into it now. They started Thornwatch on Kickstarter about, I think it was about 3 years ago, and I'm a game, play board games as well as video games. So I decided to Kickstarter. Now it was expensive, like quite expensive for a board game. I think in total across the two things that I got, because I got Thornwatch, the base game, and then about halfway through they announced a expansion called Dark of the Woods, which was like a tenner more if you added it onto your original pledge. So why the hell not? So I did that, yeah. So but it ended up costing, I think it was about 75 quid, something like that total. It's quite expensive, but it was. I'm hoping it's going to be worth it, especially when I finally get to play the damn thing. Most Dungeons and Dragons games end up costing about, end up taking a good couple of hours. Not costing. Costing is another thing. But in actual terms of time, they cost quite a lot. So they cost so it can be, the ones that I've played, we were at it for a good 2-3 hours. We played a very small chunk of the overarching campaign, didn't really do much, we didn't level up, we got into some combat, but we didn't really do much. Game of Thornwatch, as I spied on the box, which I've not yet opened, I'm going to do that in a sec, but Game of Thornwatch takes about 60 minutes, apparently. Big change. So I'm hoping that this is going to end up being very cool, something different. I'll be able to go from there. So I'm just make sure I'm everything. So what I'm going to do, it's not going to be the greatest unboxing in the world. I'll warn you now, I have limited space, and this is supposedly a 1080p camera, but I'm not looking at the image, I'm not 100% sure. I can agree with that. Basically, I'm going to do that and try our very best. Put that over there, maybe. Put my keyboard up there, like that. Do that. And let me just sort my stuff out. Probably should have been more prepared for this, but hey ho. Don't need that anymore. Take a drink. Boo! Nice first viewer. So, it's okay. It's fine. So this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to spread it out on here. So I apologise if this is a bit crap, but this is what we're going to do. So, first things first. Let's get the box. Where'd it go? Right. Excuse me. Right. Here we go. So this is Thornwatch. So, as far as I can tell, the lore of the game is the Thornwatch, which these guys are anti-heroes. They're like the good guys, but just barely, and stuff like that. So I've taken the plastic off. That's all I've done. I've not opened it at all. So, chat, are we ready to open? Are you excited? Should I do it? Let's build up some sandwich. Always. Okay. Right, here we go. Right. So we'll put that there. So what we got here? So we have things to pop out. They're always fun. So what are these? They are creatures. Don't know if you can see that. Hold it up a little bit. So you got like some crazy skull zombie things, mutant wolves, some sort of bogmen, and skull carrying spiders. You're not popping them out. I didn't mind to pop out. Right, so that's one. What we got next? So these are right. So these, I believe. So these guys right here, you can see there. These are the members of the Thornwatch that you can play as. I believe each one is a different type of character class, but it could be wrong. And then this one, people lost in the Airwood, which is where Thornwatch is set, that ask for the Thornwatch's help. I am assuming a lot because I've not read the instructions, but thing. And then what's it got on this side? So we've got some sort of cool looking creature there and various tokens. Leaf tokens, cool swirly tokens. And what we got? Right. Some different monsters. I don't know if you can see, that's like a 3-headed turtle thing. There we go. And then got some crazy looking bird thing. It does look very cool. An extremely cool looking Ent type creature. The Ents are marching to war. And a few other crazy things. And even crazier looking skeleton dudes. So that's cool. Right, what we got? Now, what are these things? I don't know what these are. These appear to be so these are like location cards, as far as I can tell, or something. I've got something on. I've got little icons down here. Show you the other one. Just the same and a slightly different one, but I've got other way. Don't know why they've got different designs on the back. Look. I'm sure the instructions will tell me all this, but we'll have a look. So there's a few different ones of those, similar thing, and then there's slightly bigger ones. You can see that's a whole one card. A couple of different ones. So I'm guessing these are like locations in the Airwood. I could be wrong. Never know. I am often wrong, as many people keep telling me. So, yeah, just put them all together so I don't lose them. There's a lot of stuff in here. I think you can use them as bookmarks. I don't think that's their original intention. Right. Let's take this out. So what we got? Dice. That's what they are. Not use traditional kind of dice. Don't have numbers on. They have teardrops and squirrely things on. You see, I don't know if you can see what teardrops And then squirrely things. That's that. Right. So we have card decks. So these ones, one side it says edge, the other side it says agility. They're either an even split of those, or there are more cards in there. But when I figure out the instructions, that's when I'll open them. So these are Airwood Adventures cards. So let's have a look on the back of the first one. On your turn, move, slot cards, power cards, and act in any order. Move one tile, slot any number of action cards by placing them face up into empty action slots. Power any number of slotted actions by tucking skill cards and action cards under the slotted action cards. Act by taking one action, such as from your tracker, a fully powered action card, or the storyboard. Discard any leftover cards from your hand into your discard pile. Draw 5 cards. So I'm guessing these are the cards you need to actually do stuff. Because I know it's a card-based game. So that's that. So, what are these? So we have more tiny little cards. That's them. These seem to be things like environmental cards. So the back on this one says animated brambles. When heroes end their turn here, the judge makes a 2 cross swords attack against them. So the judge would be like the DM in Dungeons and Dragons. So the judge is a story maker, basically. I don't know if I'll be any good at that, but I will certainly see. So this pack is more Airwood's Adventure cards, but on the back are those cards. That's interesting, I don't know what they're for. Again, instructions required, which we shall see. What we've got here. So these are more stuff to pop out. More location looking type of cards. A few other things. It's going to be a very 3D game, this. With some cool art. Because there is some very cool art here. Okay. Oh, so these appear to be so I think these are for the judge, these things. I think they like tell the judge how to set up the game. So this one, Hunted, Thornwatch, Mystic, Martial Paragons. They are agents of an immortal pack made manifest. But they are not judges. They can, and do, fail. The heroes place their pawns on. So, hang on. The hero places their pawns on that tile. Use pack monsters of the same type as the opening's monster symbol. Spend squirrely symbol per pack monster pawn and double squirrely symbol per leader pawn to place the number of monsters equal to the number of heroes, if possible. Place pawns on the skull tile. Place 6 villager pawns on the bird tile. Do not use its momentum and rules cards. Types and pieces. Yeah, they definitely seem like they are for. There's a lot more of them. Lots of little scenarios. Yeah, so all that is all different scenarios. what are these things? So these, I think, are, yeah, these are the hero cards. You got the Judge below, guard, green heart, warden, sage. Again, more cool art. I like the art for this one. The Judge of Stars. It's like crazy owl thing. Reminds me of Ori and the Blind Forest. If you ever played that. So that's that. And then final thing. Instructions. So this is right. So I'm just going to leave. There's a little bit of law extract here. So there is no greater peril to sons of men born than the breakers of oaths, called the watchers of thorns. Seek not the bramble, nor the reef will bring good. Tie ye no knots in the frost-haunted wood. Right, so just going to read one more little bit from out here. This is not, trust me, this is not a lot of instructions. This is the smallest set of instructions I have ever seen for a game of this type. This game's going to be easy to play. You gotta remember the instructions for Dungeons and Dragons is a book. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons instructions are a book similar in thickness to that. Right? And there are like 4 of those to play a game. Right? And then you have this, which is basically a magazine for Thornwatch. Those are going to be simple to do. I'm actually, after opening this box, very excited to play this. Actually, you know what I'm thinking? Would it be possible to play this on the stream with me being the judge and other people playing? The problem I've got with that, of course, is I only consistently have 1 viewer, and it's a game for at least 3 people. So that could prove a problem. But so that we've seen there is the base game of Thornwatch. And we have also this Thornwatch Dark of the Wood expansion. So let's get this open. I don't think 3 personalities really helps. So what we got? Right, so we've got more of the little cards. More of the little cards. What does this say? Churning Gravesite. When any denizen or monster here is defeated, each hero with 1 tile rolls dice and gains / per teardrop. The more I read about this, the more confused I am. Right. Let me just check something. Yeah. Right. So these are Edward adventure cards, like the ones in the base game. See? Base game. However, the Dark of the Wood ones have an extra slot, so the ones from the main game have 3 instructions. Excuse me, yeah. And then Dark of the Wood has a 4th action, which is activate your curse. That sounds like it would be quite cool. He's got so these seem to be some kind of action cards. Alright, so read what's on the back of this. Obviously this is not the same card that's on the front. Effects. Unmasking. When wounded, it is defeated. Suspect pack. Effects. Unmasking. When wounded, it is defeated. Then reveal both sides of its marker and discard it. If its marker matches the judge's choice, replace that pawn with an echo pawn using the echo rules card. If it doesn't, the judge takes 1 random skill card from a random hero's discard pile and puts it under their judge tracker. Okay. Interesting. And whoop. Get more stuff to pop out. There you go. So cursed people. Zombies and monsters. Oh, great! Like crazy spiders in this. Not crazy spider things. Even crazier lizard monsters. Oop. Here we go. And finally, proper crazy snake things. Let's go, put that there. Right. So these are more hero style cards for the new heroes. We've got Briarlock, Weaveweld, Waldson, and a couple of others. And then these are more, oh, I didn't really show you that, so that's Briarlock. Cool art, once again. These are more scenario cards. And then, look at that, teeny tiny instructions. Right, let's read the law from this. The old man's voice shook as he spoke, and his raiment trembled upon him. I have heard you say, revered elder, in the bleeding hour of our need, we forsook the old ways and did tie a wreath of thorns. And behold, our need was answered by spirits of valour and courage. He circled his shape on the ground, hidden by a cloth mottled with patches of darkness. Have I not warned you? Do these robes not betray me as your elder, the source of answers? He drew up the cloth, and below it was a terrifying sight. Bound into the soil by a ring of rough salt stood a twisted, midnight thing somewhere between a man and a tree. His hands were burned, and it spoke wordlessly. These are the things I would protect you from. These are the foes which creep in the dark of the wood, and you would invite them in? Never. He took the torch that was offered to him and set the tree ablaze. The smoke of it killed 20, and the ground there grew from it a dark flower. Cool writing, cool art. What more can you ask for from a game? And that, dear viewers, is the Thornwatch Dark of the Wood expansion and the Thornwatch base game unboxing. I'm super excited to play this. I am. It's going to be super cool once I figure out how to actually play the damn thing. I have potentially the ability to play it soon with some friends. I will let you know how it goes. Thornwatch.